Lockheed Martin's F-35 fighter is facing pushback in Congress over the warplane's $1.7 trillion lifecycle costs, the Hartford Courant forecast on June 1. What's behind the controversy surrounding the program, and why are some U.S. lawmakers threatening to shut it down? The Hartford Courant's gloomy prognosis popped up as the Pentagon is asking Congress to allocate some $715 billion for its fiscal 2022 budget, a 1.6% increase from what the U.S. Department of Defense got in fiscal 2021. Of that total, the Pentagon is seeking $12 billion to buy an additional 85 F-35 Joint Strike Fighters. The F-35 Lightning II program has been mired in controversy since its inception. Although the project was launched 20 years ago, and 500 airplanes have already been delivered, the stealth fighter jet still remains in a low-rate initial production (LRIP) phase, which keeps price tags high and orders relatively small, according to Popular Mechanics. The full-rate production decision has been delayed multiple times due to development issues and, most recently, Joint Simulation Environment (JSE) testing, which Lockheed Martin's has yet to complete. To date, the stealth multi-role combat aircraft is years behind schedule and billions over budget. On April 22, 2021, the U.S. Government Accountability Office issued a report calling the F-35 the most ambitious and costly weapon system in history, and insisting that enhanced attention to and oversight of F-35 affordability are needed. According to the GOA, the Pentagon plans to acquire nearly 2,500 F-35 fighter jets for about $400 billion and projects spending another $1.27 trillion to operate and sustain them over their utility lifecycle. The F-35 estimated sustainment costs over its 66-year anticipated life cycle have steadily increased since 2012, from $1.11 trillion to $1.27 trillion, despite purported efforts to reduce costs, the agency claims. The services face a substantial and growing gap between estimated sustainment costs and affordability constraints, costs per tail, aircraft, per year that the services project they can afford, totaling about $6 billion in 2036 alone, GOA wrote. The services will collectively be confronted with tens of billions of dollars in sustainment costs that they project as unaffordable during the program. The state-of-art U.S. fighter jet's mission-capable rates, the measure of the readiness of an aircraft fleet, still falls short of warfighter requirements, according to the report. For example, some American lawmakers appear disenchanted as well. Speaking at a March 5 Brookings Institution web conference, Adam Smith, the Democratic chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, called the F-35 a rat hole, stressing that he wants to stop throwing money down that project. On April 22, two other Democrat congressmen made it clear that they would not support ramping up the number of F-35 Joint Strike Fighters in the fiscal 2022 budget, as they used to do in previous years. If this program continues to fail to significantly control and reduce actual and projected sustainment costs, we may need to invest in other, more affordable programs and backfill an operational shortfall of potentially over 800 tactical fighters, said Representative Donald Norcross, DNJ, the chair of the House Armed Services Committee's HASC, Tactical Air and Land Subcommittee. For his part, Representative John Garamendi, D. California, who chairs HASC's Readiness Subcommittee, echoed his party fellow, stressing that the program is over budget and that it fails to deliver on promised capabilities. Not only Democrats, but also GOP congressmen have voiced concern over the ballooning costs of the F-35 program. Representative Vicky Hartzler, RMO, a ranking member on HASC's Tactical Air and Land Subcommittee, noted that while the project is making some progress, she shares her counterparts' concerns about capability delays, affordability issues, and readiness problems, according to Defense News. Doug Lamborn, a Republican representative from Colorado, admitted that unless industry stakeholders drive down the sustainment cost of the F-35, critics of the project will be dealt a stronger hand in their calls to gut the program. On top of this, a senior U.S. Air Force officer also threw shade on the current version of Lockheed Martin's fighter jet. Commenting on the U.S. Air Force's massive war game held last fall, Lieutenant General Clint Hinote, the service's Deputy Chief of Staff for Strategy, Integration, and Requirements, revealed that they used the more advanced F-35 Block 4 aircraft, which is still under development. "We wouldn't even play the current version of the F-35, Hinote told Defense News on April 12. "It wouldn't be worth it. Every fighter that rolls off the line today is a fighter that we wouldn't even bother putting into these scenarios."